Hello, hello. I'm trying something new. Let me know what you thought of it.
So did you mute us or did it mute us?
It actually muted us. It's like when you click on it, it mutes all parties. And then I wasn't paying attention because I was looking over at YouTube.
Because we were talking about what was going to happen, and then it did it, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. But I'm just trying something new, and then I want to actually work on doing an intro for when we go live on Mondays.
And are you going to sing a little song?
No.
For the intro?
No, I'm not going to sing. I'm a terrible singer. So
I'm worse.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Dwayne. Dwayne says, not bad if you weren't late. Really? I'm getting this.
It was more my fault because I got showing my new deck cards.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get through it.
I was busy watching and listening to her new deck of cards that she got, so I lost track of time too. So it wasn't just her.
We got it chit-chatting.
Right? Oh. So, how was your week? How was Christmas?
Christmas went fine. There were a couple of little things that I wish would have been a little different, but that's just the idealist in me. But but as far as how everything went down, it was fine. We opened presents here, and then we stopped in at Dwayne's parents, and opened presents there, and then went to our oldest son's house, and so we had, I guess, a late lunch, and then had breakfast for dinner at Ian's, and watched Lost Boys, because that's a good Christmas movie. But no, I had put suggested a few different movies that I loved back, as a teenager, and my kids haven't. They've seen some of them, not all of them. And Lost Boys was one that I think only Ian and Kat had seen. So, and then a gal that Ian and Chance, Natalie's fiance, work with. She didn't have anything going on for Christmas, so we had her over and gave her a couple of gifts. She seemed to be very touched by it. I don't think she was really expecting. It wasn't like big, huge, but I just don't think she was expecting as much as what we gave her. So, how about your Christmas day?
It was good. Kids slept in, and I don't think they really realized that it was Christmas, but that was okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so they slept in, and then when they woke up, we let them open presents, and then just kind of hung out. So I made Tommy stuffed French toast, and that turned out great. I made him his chicken, steak, and shrimp fajitas. Those turned out great.
Wonderful.
Made him his homemade spice cake. Not so great.
Wow, bummer. We were actually talking about your fajitas. Well, specifically, so Dwayne's dad got us I don't know what brand, but how there's the Omaha meat, and it's a package of frozen meat that they flash freeze.
Okay, yeah. Tommy said yeah.
And anyway, there's 4 steaks, and so we were discussing about the 4 steaks, which I'm not a steak eater, so it wouldn't matter. But I was said, well, why don't you cut it up and put it in something? Do I say you don't cut up steak and put it in something? And then you had mentioned the fajitas and cutting up steak. And I totally forgot about it until something reminded me at the in-laws. I'm like, see, there. You can. And so then there was the debate of it, to what quality of steak you put into fajitas.
We had tenderloin.
Like I said, I'll have a couple of bites of steak. I have never sat down and ate an entire steak. Just, that's right up there with me actually finishing an alcoholic beverage. Just something that's never been done.
I can relate.
But no, it went well. And my mother-in-law, she has kind of a funny way of going about things.
Hello, Cliff. Hello, paper plate. I think that's how you say it. No, tongue twister. Paper plate fan. I think that's how you say it. Yes, I made strawberry cream cheese stuffed French toast with the strawberry. Just took some of the juices from the strawberry and put it on top of the French toast, and then put some strawberries on top of the French toast.
So were these frozen strawberries?
Sure.
Since it's not strawberry season, you had frozen strawberries?
Yeah.
And yeah, my son made quiche and then and some French toast. And he does a homemade syrup that it's a butter syrup that my other 2 kids had informed me that Ian's is better than mine.
I'll show you his breakfast. I did put it on Instagram.
Let's see. I'm just seeing reflection. Oh, ooh, beautiful.
I'm waiting for it. Okay, there we go. It got cleared up.
Yeah, beautiful.
And he was ready to dig in. I'm like, hold on, I need a picture. And he's like, will you hurry up so I can try this and eat?
So did he like it?
He loved it.
Good. For Dwayne's birthday.
The kids loved it. And so it didn't last, which I didn't think it was going to. I had the phone crooked. My bad. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're
crooked.
fine.
And then I made, so in between breakfast and dinner, I made a homemade, like made from scratch spice cake with homemade cream cheese frosting. And let me tell you, I was so mad at the pan that after I was done with it, I washed it and put it back in the box and told Tommy to sell it. I don't want it. I will do
a pan
cake the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I go Pyrex. That's what I do. With some spray.
Well, it's a 3-tier. It's a 3-tier cake pan.
You did fancy.
I attempted to do fancy. I should have taken a picture to show everybody what a flop it was.
So how did it taste?
I just don't think that it's made for what I was trying to do. And so I'm the type of person that I will try something, and if I don't like it, I won't use it again. And I just didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I didn't care for
if it didn't work for you.
Yeah, and I get too frustrated with cooking utensils, or like cooking gadgets and stuff. And so if I don't like it, then I just have Tommy sell it.
Yep.
So, and the thing is I'm sure it's going to work for somebody who knows what they're doing. I just don't have the patience for it.
And Barbara's saying she makes cranberry cake with butter sauce. That sounds yummy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. How are you doing? I think we're making paper plate fan hungry.
Yes.
Your husband says you do not cut up good steak. Let me tell you, it was Tommy's birthday. Normally, I don't use tenderloin in fajitas, but because it was Tommy's birthday, I kind of splurged a little bit and spoiled them. so he wanted that for his dinner for his birthday, and so I just went the extra step and put good steak in it. Now,
Maybe.
if I would have really thought about it before I did it, I would have used the steak that he likes, but I figured, tenderloin's good. It's a meat, and let me tell you, it was really good. We had none left by the end of the night, and so that was fun. And then Cliff says anything cut up is just fine under generous dollop of gravy. Thank you, because I had no idea what that word was. Oh, cool. I did get it. Sweet. All right. Dwayne says gravy instead of
that's a quote from his father. It was so funny because his dad isn't someone you think of as being funny, and so at least I never, I don't know if I've never seen him be intentionally funny. I don't know. I had my first conversation with him on Christmas. I've known him for 25 and a half years. But anyway, that's a quote from his dad. And it was very funny, and so we remembered it.
It was not grilled cheese with tomatoes on top, Dwayne. I promise you that. Hello, thrifters. Living during
Dwayne's.
Oh, good luck with that. Laters. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Dwayne's birthday's coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Maybe I'll cut up the steak and make fajitas.
There you go. Make sure you get the good steak.
Let Dwayne pick out the steak.
Oh, yeah. Tommy said, let Dwayne pick out the steaks. It's no fun when you let them pick it out.
I don't cook meat. Well, okay. I could have stopped it. I don't cook. I can cook. Not meat, though. I have no love for cooking. So usually it's Natalie who makes Dwayne's birthday dinner. Yeah. Oh, and Ian might actually be able to come out since his work is slowing down. He's looking into getting a different job, so less pay but steady hours.
A song just popped in my head when you spelled that out.
What song?
It's a country song. It's an older country song, and I never.
If Dwayne ever divorced me, he would have to learn how to do laundry.
It's by Dolly Parton.
Oh, I bet I've heard it then.
Tammy Wynette sang it also.
We're not talking about Stand By Your Man?
No.
I actually really like that song because I think it's a song that every woman can relate to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Billy Conley sang the song too.
Dang it. I filled my water, I thought. I took it to the other room to fill.
I'm going to share my screen. So Tammy Wynette, there's two different versions here on this sheet here. And then Dolly Parton did it. And so that was 68. In 69, Dolly Parton did a song, Divorce. And then Billy Conley from 1975 did a song named Divorce.
Interesting.
Yep.
I know what our subject should be. Duh. New Year's resolutions. Why did that not come to us? It's our last show before New Year's, so
right.
How did we not think of that before? Great. Now I have to hurry and come up with a goal and pretend like I actually have aspirations.
Well, we can do that on the 4th, next Monday. talk
Oh, I
about
don't think
our New
I don't.
Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I don't think it'd get any better than if I just wing it right now. Really.
Wait, what? Try orange pork chops and wild rice. Well,
That
Auntie, if
sounds
you're cooking
good.
it, I'll eat it.
I've had one for a
Are they
So
good?
yeah. So
Are they
what's everyone's New Year's resolutions, if you have any, or if you were to have a New Year's resolution, what would it be? You know, maybe in your next life, maybe next year is all. But and I'll hurry and try and think something up myself.
My aunt says she has no New Year's resolution, just hope that the next year is better than the last.
You know, I feel so fortunate because knock on wood, COVID didn't really affect, or has not as of yet really affected our lives. Dwayne, it has not affected Dwayne's job. You know, his work is essential. So he was furloughed for a couple of weeks, but he cleaned the garage, or maybe it was just 1 week. I don't know. He cleaned the garage. And we've been healthy. My oldest son, who, you know, hour away, and his wife, they had it, and he had it worse than she did. And his sense of taste and smell still aren't right. But but they got through it, obviously. Probably the biggest thing is watching, because, you know, Natalie, she had been laid off right away. So she has been with O'Reilly's for like 3-4 months now, because she had hopped around a little bit until she found a job that, you know, she was going to stick with. But my oldest son and Natalie's fiance both their jobs are uncertain, and so that'd be our most direct effect from it.
Yeah. Cliff says, I just hope 2020 doesn't start drinking when it turns 21, right?
That's fun.
And Dwayne said 2 weeks paid unemployment.
Yeah. And so, like I said, he went through the garage. We put a new dishwasher in. You know, it was just because it was in the springtime, so it was just kind of spring cleaning. But
Barbara says,
resolution guilt, but making a bucket list of goals. Hey, thank you, Barbara. You know, I love the things that Barbara shares, and I think about them too, Barbara. I want to let you know that the things that you have shared with us, I give thought to, and they're very meaningful.
I missed this one. Just think in 2021, you can say hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, you know the phrase, hindsight is 2020. Meaning looking behind you. That means that, you know, you make a decision, life continues on, you look back, and it's like, yeah, that was a dumb idea. That's basically.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard that.
I think you have. You probably just don't realize it.
Probably not. Yeah, I had no idea what that meant.
So I lost some weight, not a whole lot, a little bit over the summer. So my goal is to maintain through the winter, because I just have my treadmill and I walk on it, but it's nothing I feel passionate about. And then when springtime hits, I'm gonna get walking some more, more regularly.
Yeah, I want to do that too. I need to do that. I need to build up my strength again. I don't have hardly any strength, so I need to start working on that.
Let's see, I personally have no resolution. Yep, that's a good one. That is really good.
Awesome. Barbara says, thank you. That means a lot to me. Much love, girl. Much love. No regrets. You know, and that's the thing.
Regrets. That's a tough
We're
one.
always learning. We're always learning in one way or another, and trying to grow from what we've learned is the harder part.
I think I'm getting to a point in my life where if I learn something new of, it's like, how did I not know that by now? You know, especially if it's just, I don't know, greater awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how did I not come upon, but I just wasn't ready, obviously.
I miss a lot of things, and 2021, I'm going to try not to miss as much.
Gonna try and focus on the moment more?
I don't have much of a problem with that. I need to, and this is just in general, this isn't even a New Year's resolution. I just need to learn and practice, for long term.
What do you mean?
Make goals.
Like retaining?
Yeah.
Or consistency?
Yeah. Retaining things longer, and I don't know. It's I gotta get better on that.
Maybe not be as sporadic or impulsive, perhaps.
Well, I mean, me and Tommy both we do spontaneous things. We'll decide at the last minute if we want to go to Appleton or what's that?
That's the fun stuff in life. Yeah, that keeps life interesting.
Although one of my goals is to try to get the house more organized. So Sunday we went and picked up a new bedroom set, and Tommy picked it up, or found it, picked it up and whatnot, and got it home, and we pulled everything out of our bedroom, all our old furniture out of the bedroom because it did not match, and now we have a matching set, and I'm actually going to show everybody the pictures.
Awesome.
It is very interesting having matching furniture. Tommy is used to it, but I wasn't. So this is my dresser. It's got a his and her dresser with a headboard and stuff. And so this is my dresser. This is the boys putting it together.
And that's a mirror behind it there?
It's actually, yeah, I'll show a better picture of it. So this is the man's dresser.
Cool. I like that.
And then there's our headboard. That's only part of the headboard.
I like your hardwood floor too. I hate it.
Thank you. I was showing a lady today the new bedroom set at the post office, or one of our postal workers, because I was so excited. She asked how Christmas was, so I was showing her this. That's what she said. She loves our floors, and I'm like, really?
It looks really small.
Yeah, it looks really small, but honestly, it's pretty good size. I'm gonna do a video walkthrough after it's all done. So these are the stands that the headboard goes on. You got to screw them in, but we took them out so that we could transport it. We didn't want it to break.
Uh-huh.
And then, so this is my dresser, and they're putting on this piece right here. Was not on there, so Tommy rebuilt it and put it back on. It just came loose.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just yeah, it won't come off now. ever will it come off again. But he fixed it, and so now it's on. And then it's got 2 lights built into it, just like the headboard. And then it's got like these little shelves and the mirror.
So you
and everything.
got the vanity idea going on there.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what it was, the name of it, but it's a blonde color, blonde shade for the wood color.
Yeah, what kind of wood?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that it's a blonde color.
Yeah.
So, and then this lamp here. Okay, so this was behind the dresser up on the wall. And this came with the house when we moved in. I thought it was a European lamp because we went to go change the light bulb out, and Tommy thought he broke it. because the light bulb came out, but the base didn't.
Oh, because it's just falling apart.
Well, it has 2 prongs that you stick into. Oh, hold on. Let me stop sharing for a second. It's the base, and then you stick the light bulb in because it's got 2 prongs on the bottom. You stick the light bulb in, and you turn the light bulb, and then that's how you get it to turn on. And I did. I thought it was somehow the landlord had bought a European lamp and put it in the house because we could not figure out for the life of us how we were going to change the light bulb. I'm like, if this thing burns out, what are we going to do? Because I'm not buying a light bulb from overseas. I'm just not going to do it. No. And then we went to Home Depot tonight and realized that they make those light bulbs here.
Good. Oh, Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne, our hinges in the kitchen. He'll have to tell you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he has to send away for our hinges. It's ridiculous.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hello, Peter.
The kitchen was put in about 10 years ago. Our house is about 50 years old. And so the kitchen's decent, but the hinges that do that, a couple of them are worn out.
Oh. Hi, Johnny.
And so Dwayne's had to replace
Carol's Creative Corner. Carol.
And so yeah, it's kind of a production.
Okay. So there's this one, and then this is Tommy. He's putting our bed together, the bed part of it, and it took us a bit to figure out how to put the bed together because we have a queen size bed, and we had a water bed frame that we were sleeping on, and so we repurposed or upcycled our old, because we don't have a box spring.
Mm-hmm.
You have a waterbed frame, you don't need a box spring. And so we got rid of our box spring. So we're like, crap, what are we going to do? So we took one set of drawers from the waterbed frame, laid those on the bed frame that it came with. And then we took the plywood from that was on top of that, and then he just constructed it to where it would fit our bed. And so we kind of made a makeshift box spring, but with drawers. Yeah, it's extra storage. And then, so that right there, he was trying to get up. I got him in the, whoops, I didn't even realize that. And so
that's Dwayne trying to get up.
So we took his dresser and we put it up against this wall flat, and then we put our TV on top of there. And let me tell you, it wasn't too hard of work, but let me tell you, Tommy ended up picking up a memory foam, a 3-inch memory foam mattress pad top thing. Mm-hmm. And so that's on top of our bed now. And let me tell you, he sleeps like a baby.
Good. I know he's not a good sleeper. That's awesome.
Nope. He's actually doing much better with his sleep, which is awesome, because I really thought that we were going to have to go and buy a whole brand new bed, mattress and box spring.
Expensive.
Yeah. Well, we got the 3-inch memory foam for $20 online or on Marketplace. They bought it, didn't use it, put it in a bag, put it in the basement, and then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get that put away, or we got to get rid of it to make room." And so Tommy, we were just talking about you. It was really creepy because him and I were talking about possibly getting one, and then all of a sudden it popped up in his search for items.
Oh yeah, that totally happens. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was Big a little crazy.
Big Brother's watching.
Oh yes.
So did you read what Dwayne said about our hinges?
No, I was looking for, I saw something pop up, but oh, here we go. Our hinges are Ferron brand.
Ferrari.
Oh, Ferrari brand from Italy. Wow.
And it's like $40 for both parts. So Dwayne just buys whichever part is, whichever side is broken. Yeah, it is silly.
Watching your channel.
I'm trying. Trying to catch up.
Tiny things for women.
What's that?
Tiny things for women.
It's a new to her bedroom set.
Oh, what store did we get the bed set from? We got that from an auction that Tommy found local, a local auction that he found. And so
$30.
$30.
That is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
sure.
had matchy. That's other would refer to it as matchy for furnishings. That's never really been something I've sought out. I like things that complement each other. Our nightstands match, so that's good because for years our nightstands for a long time, like 15 years, were a nightstand. It was that had been my mother's, and a little dresser that had been my first husband's. So it was nice to get new to us ones.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I am used to having mismatched furniture. That's just what I like.
Yeah, I don't give it any thought.
I don't either. If I like a piece, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna put it wherever I feel that it should go.
Yep.
It is very strange for me personally to be sleeping in a room where all the furniture matches. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I know what you mean. Dwayne likes things to match. And like we got rid of all of our dishes that were no longer, they were just odds and ends, and got new ones, just IKEA, they chip easy, you check them, you go get more. Maybe one day I'll have nice dishes.
I need to see if,
We move on Friday and have a couch and bedroom set still to find if we can.
Auctions. Find local auctions paper plate. Because that's where we got ours, was a local auction, and you can get some really good stuff for a pretty decent price. This just happened to be the place's first auction, and so we sat and talked to them for like 2 hours after we went and picked up our stuff. and they're really cool, and but I would highly recommend finding your local auctions and looking through their stuff and seeing if you can find something, because a lot of them have a lot of good stuff. So that's my little nugget for the day.
Utah doesn't really have auctions, and I've told you that Utahns think that their shit is worth a lot of money. It's ridiculous.
You got auctions. You just don't know how to find them.
What? He's over here talking smack. He's like, you got auctions, you just don't know where to find them. Freaking stinker.
And nothing like that. Oh, so you could, like, if you go to an estate sale, oh my gosh, they have crap priced like it's antiques, and it's like, from the 90s, and it's just dumb. I don't know why Utahns what is it? We overvalue our junk and undervalue other people's services here.
Are you looking in France?
No, it's Utah.
Oh, it looked like France from here. Oh, okay. I'm trying to catch up with.
So Paper Plate says in Florida, don't know about the area. That's a big adjustment.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Facebook Marketplace is a good place to find stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
In your area, and you can go as far out as you can go and set your settings to as far out as you want to go. or that you're willing to travel for the stuff. Um, I'm happy with it. I just need to personally, like mentally, I need to just adjust to it because I've never had a matching set ever. So for me, it's
You feel fancy?
I don't feel well, a little bit, but not like too much. But it's more of like, am I dreaming? Am I gonna wake up and we're gonna have the old stuff here again? Or it's like it's something that I personally have to get used to. And my StreamYard jumped, so I just need to find where we were. Oh, Paper Plate says we need to find something like that. Yeah, and you can find really, I mean, you can find really good stuff for sure. $30. Well, that would be a deal if it was if it was firewood. Oh, okay, I get it. It took me a second, but I got it. Yeah, for sure. But it's really like it's sturdy and I love it. And I'm not used to having, we have lights that are built into the headboard. And so I'm used to getting up, walking around the old dresser that we had, which is now in our daughter's room. She's in her glory. She also has the other two drawers that came with the waterbed pedestal. And so that's upstairs. We went and picked up plywood to put on, or not plywood, but some wood to go on top of it. We're going to turn it into like a couch. So we're going to like, that way she, she has friends over or whatever, there's places for them to sit. And so, but I forgot what I was saying before I got distracted. I'm sorry, squirrel moment. I don't remember what I was saying. I apologize. Oh, the lights. That's it. The lights. So last night, wait, what is today? Monday? Yeah. So yesterday morning we picked it up. Spent all day working on the room, getting it all situated and everything transferred over. We still got some stuff upstairs, or in the living room and dining room that we got to get taken care of. But I'm not putting everything back in the room, so I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff.
We have that.
What is that?
Liquidation.
What? Okay, don't you keep distracting me, Tommy, Sassy. And so last night, after we got the bed and everything situated, and we laid down, I'm used to getting up, walking around the other dresser, and then reaching behind the old dresser to turn off that light that I was showing you guys with the weird light bulb. Okay, and it's hard for me because I'm short, and in order to be able to walk, like, we had no room to move around before.
There's a side shuffle.
Yeah, it was a side shuffle. It was, we got to move this way, we got to move that way. It was real difficult. So last night, we ended up moving that light and we put it next to one of our windows, so that it was easier to turn on and off if we needed it. But we had both the lights on the dresser, both the lights on the headboard turned on. And it was really nice that, we were able to turn the lights off on the dresser, and then we went and laid down in bed and we were watching the TV, and it was nice. It reminded me of like the old days where, you see, like, what was that, the Brady Bunch, where they had the lights right next to the bed and all they did was turn
yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of. And so I reached up and I was like, oh, I can turn it off here. And I turned it and it clicked off and I was like, that was very soothing. I don't know why. That's yeah. We have been trying to find something that we could afford, but they are so expensive. Yes, try Marketplace. And you can also set your price too, on Marketplace on what you're looking for, like your max dollar. Auctions, and I think that's if I can think of any other places, I'll let you know. But I can't think of any other ones. Oh, estate sales, which I think you were talking about, right? So yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you will find something. The right one will come to you. when the time is right.
And if all else fails, IKEA.
See, I've never bought anything from there.
And
Never.
you know, we've got one here and I don't. It's not crap that you plan on hanging on to forever. Certainly,
Yeah.
but
I
I think of our dresser's from IKEA, and it works like a dresser. So
that's cool. That's cool.
it works.
Perlini likes matching stuff too. Tommy's goal is to eventually have, like, our bedroom furniture's all matches now. So now we're going to be working on the living room, dining room set. Well, like the living room area.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to have all matching stuff in there too. Although he's going to have to work around the China hutch that we got from my mom.
Something to complement that.
Yeah, it's a smaller China hutch.
Gotcha.
Curio.
Very nice. But let's see, we have in our dining area, it's just, other half of the kitchen. I've got a baker's rack that I got on clearance, a table I got from Goodwill, and a TV stand, but we use it for the cat cabinet, the pet food and the cat bowl on top of. Dwayne inherited that. It's probably IKEA level, but he inherited that when his grandma passed. That's how fancy my dining area is.
Oh, hello, B Davy, and hello, forever best friend. Okay, so tonight we also had something crazy happen to us.
What was that?
So we were at Home Depot, and we were over in the paint section.
Evil
And
Home
this
Depot.
lady came up with her humongous dog.
What
Okay.
kind of Mastiff?
No, it's a special breed, but it's oh, I'm gonna mess this up. What we know, because we can't remember how to say the name of the dog, but it's a Newfoundland, Mastiff, Saint Bernard, a white something that
Pyrenees. White Pyrenees. Or no, that's Great Pyrenees. So white, I don't know.
What the breed of dog, what it does is they don't drool, so it's kind of like bred into this mix.
That sounds like something that would turn out really cute or really, really ugly.
Oh, this dog was phenomenal.
Sounds very interesting.
He was very hairy, but I absolutely loved him. And now
Hair or fur?
Lots of fur.
And because our great or Newfoundland, I don't know if they have hair or fur. I would be surprised if it's hair. I don't know.
Well, the thing, it was so weird because we were just kind of standing there, and I got down, like I was kind of squatted down next to the cart so I could see him better. I mean, he's pretty big and almost eye level with me, but I wanted to be able to like look at him a little better. And as soon as I did that, like he was standing there, he looked up at his mama and he looked at me, and I don't know what hand gesture she did, but it was like her way of saying it's okay. And he came right over me and he gave me nothing but kisses. Like the whole time we were trying to talk to him, he was over by me and he was letting me pet him and he was giving me kisses, and I've been a little weary of dogs since my spleen stuff, and so I'm just like, I was like really intrigued, but then we've come to find out he's a therapy dog.
I wondered, since you said that he knows training through hand signals, then somebody took the time to train him.
Oh yeah, he's had his license since he was 1 year old. He's 7 now, but he's a therapy dog. And
what's their life expectancy? Probably not past 10.
Yeah, and that's what she was telling us. That he doesn't have much more time because of how big he is and the breed and everything. And so he turned and she was explaining to us that when he turns like he did, he works with he most of the people that he works with are in wheelchairs. And I'm like, he probably thinks I'm in a wheelchair because I'm so short. I'm probably like the right height, you know. But he just he would walk over by his mom, and then he just kept coming back over by me. And I was like, so I got down again, and I'm like talking with him, and I'm like, don't you? Don't you? And he just started giving me kisses again, and I'm like, thank you. I really needed this. Thank you. And but yeah, it was so awesome and such an amazing experience. And so she was like telling him no, I think she called him Bruno. Bruno was his name. That's I wanted to make sure. So she's like, Bruno, are we gonna say goodbye to them now? And she's like, all right, come on, let's say goodbye. And so he walked around, and she made, he was trying to get back over by me, and she's like, Bruno, come here, let's say goodbye now. And so she did this hand motion, right? And he literally, like, it was so cool. He literally put both of his paws down. It almost looked like a horse when you go to get on a horse, if you're able to get him to go down. So he went down like this, and he put his head on his paws. It was like he was bowing.
That's
That's the way
cute.
he said goodbye, and I was just like, I want one. He was phenomenal.
That's
And
way cool.
I've heard of therapy dogs. I've never really seen them. I mean, I have Mr. Pickles. He's my therapy bird, but he's more of like a emotional support bird, just like I am for him. Emotional support human. But to actually see one, like every she had, it was like sign language. It was their little signs, and it was just a phenomenal to see. And if he was putting a smile on my face in the short time that I had met him, and him giving me kisses like he was, I can just imagine how much more amazing he is with people who are in wheelchairs, and just that whole, like, he's so gentle. So I recommend anybody out there, donate to him. See what you can do to help, because
I'll give him a dog.
yeah, I mean, it's just,
I have a
if you
neurotic
find
one.
something like that, do it, because exactly, forever best friend. I learned a lot about him, and I also learned a lot about, like, what he does, and it was amazing. It was
But
something.
dogs can be trained to do really amazing things.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I saw Forever Best Friend, I was like, oh, I gotta share it. Perfect timing. Sorry.
I was thinking about we have 3 dogs here. And Charlie, he's the 7-pound poodle who's too dumb to know any commands. And then there's Myra, who's deaf. And then there's Odie, and he's trained to commands like shut the hell up and stop being a dumbass.
My chat's jumping around. Yes, Newfoundlands are water dogs, and they use let me think, St. Bernards for that as well. But Newfoundlands, they actually are used more. It's just TV made it St. Bernard's more known for that. So I want a Newfoundland. I want a Newfoundland very badly. But living in Wisconsin, we could have it. But out west or down south where it gets really, really hot, it would be too much for them.
Actually, their fur can act as insulation and keep them cooler than what you might think.
Oh, hey, John. I'm sorry, I did not mean to miss you. I'm trying to catch up, but chat's jumping over here on StreamYard. So I know I missed some of what's going on in chat. Bad, big ass dog. Oh, he was awesome. Let me tell you. I should have asked if I could get a picture with him, and I could have shown you how amazing he was. And gentle. Oh, he was so gentle. I thought when he was coming over that he was going to knock me over, but nope, he didn't knock me over, although it doesn't take much to knock me over. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Carlini says, love seeing Pixies, glowing candles, very homey with natural backgrounds. Thank you. I'm going to be switching it up and everything. So, I mean, it's some days I feel like a green screen, some days I don't. A couple weeks I like a green screen, couple weeks I don't. Some of those weird things. Let's see. I consider a giant Alaskan Malamute for a long while, but not in Florida. Yeah. See, and that's why I wouldn't want, because we're talking about moving out west or down south where it's warm all the time. And I wouldn't want to like make them suffer. And I know that, like you were saying, their coats kind of like adjust or whatever, but they're very hairy, and I wouldn't.
The biggest thing, not that I'm an expert, but the biggest thing about both Huskies and Malamutes, they are working dogs. They have high energy. They are also pack dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They are not pets.
Yeah.
And
now Huskies are the ones that look like wolves.
Huskies can climb 8-foot wall.
Those are the ones that look like wolves, right? The Siberian Husky is what you're talking about?
Sure. Oh, Husky. The kind that everybody thought they needed to get after watching Game of Thrones. But no, anytime somebody gets a Husky for a pet, it's like, are you kidding me? That's like one of the worst dogs to get for a pet.
Well, they use those for sleds up north, right?
Well, sled dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working dogs. And the best pet to get is go to the shelter and get a damn mutt. That's the best pet you can get. Here in Utah, you can find lab mixes and pit bull mixes and healer mixes. Because, pit bulls can be a lot to handle. They can be the sweetest dogs, but they are a lot to handle. And there's just too many labs, and their breeding's gone down. And healers tend to run too far, so they all end up at the shelter.
All right. Okay, so I am going to drop the link for anybody who'd like to stop in and say hi. There we go. And then if you want to talk about something, that's what we're here for. And so time went by really fast.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we've talked about pretty much nothing, and time's flown by.
Well, you got to share.
Yeah, just sharing. And
dogs need a job. Barbara says dogs need a job.
Yeah. My poodle's job is to sleep. He sleeps like 20 hours a day. He's old, and when your brain is the size of a peanut, you have nothing to worry about. So he does lots of sleeping. And Odie would probably be happier if he was somewhere where he's running around more, but he enjoys being nervous. I think that, I don't know. The dog drives me crazy, makes me nervous. I had to get a comfort dog to calm me down from being around the nervous dog. It's bad when a purebred poodle is calmer.
All right, I think I'm caught up, but I'm not sure. Hello.
Hey, ladies. Sorry to barge in. I'm like, hey, we're talking dogs. I'm all there.
And no, that's awesome.
You're welcome.
No, this is great. Two things that are near and dear to my heart. Promoting self-care and great mental health. That's number one. It's a really big thing. And I'm a big fan of making sure that we're all, in that kind of pathway. And then, the dog thing is interesting because we were just talking about this. We've worked with foster kids and foster pets, which I think is fabulous because you have kids who are so transitional and going through a lot of hardships, and that unconditional love is just, it's amazing. It's really, really cool. But Heather, I want to give you kudos for saying this because I was sitting here going, you were 100% right. There's a bunch of pit bull mixes and there's a bunch of lab mixes, and we're primarily in the Southeast United States. So we sort of do, I want to say like Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way to the East Coast down to Florida and all the way to Mississippi. And there are so many dogs that are sent and shipped to like Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, because there's no laws down here for spay or neuter that make them. And so places like Birmingham, Alabama, a humane society, literally, this is no joke, go through over 30,000 pets a year that get shipped and adopted out of that one particular place.
Dang.
That's a lot of animals. So
they make sure all theirs are fixed first.
Yes, they do. They do, which is great. But
Yes.
But what is really interesting about this is, there's a lot of misconceptions about some of these larger, medium-sized breeds, and we've got a rescue, and she's pretty darn awesome. And we've had everything from Chihuahuas to Great Danes to this to that, and just everything around. And I always say it's the mutts that are just the absolute sweetest, most caring. They've just got good hearts.
And oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes they don't have the breed issues.
True. Yes. Like hip dysplasia, other things, when you talk about the purebreds, there's a lot of things that go with different types of breeds.
And sometimes when they get overbred, their personalities just turn horrible and they turn into nippers, and like Cocker Spaniels were once great. And then they became the #1 biters because their genetic pool was so poor. That's something as Americans it's one of the many things we do as Americans is overbreed when we get a trend of dogs, and then it ruins it. Like labs aren't what they had once been. Of course, now there's the doodles.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's all about the doodles.
There's a ton of doodles around here.
There's a golden doodle. There's a labradoodle. There's a Bernese. There's a Bernedoodle. There's every kind of doodle you can think of. And the guy who started that breed, who lives in Australia, said in an interview, he goes, "I wish I would have never started it."
And like I said, we have 2 purebreds. All of these animals were adopted. Charlie, his owner, had died. That's the little poodle, and he had been a part of a 6-pack, and I don't think he ever really got individual attention. So he's really living up the senior years because he's always at my side. He sleeps next to me, and then the King Charles.
Oh yeah, okay.
She, like I said, she's bigger than she should be. Plus, she's overweight. My daughter's got her on a good diet, because her breathing's not good. So that's double whammy there when they're overweight and the nose issue.
Right.
And then that she's deaf, and the breeder said she was sterile, but Natalie had her fixed anyway. Just. Not wanting to mess with in case she does go into heat or something. Just get rid of that. And then our other dog, who's mixed breed, he's Kelpie and Terrier. And unfortunately, he's very nervous, it's like, no, you were supposed to be the calm one, a Spaniel and a Poodle, and you're the one who's nervous.
Well, I always say it's about, there's no bad dogs, but there's a lot of bad dog owners.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I truly believe that the way in which we respond, the way in which we feel is very much mimicked in the animals that we interact with. So that's the big key right there is, we can talk different animals, but the irony behind it is, if you're having stress and you're feeling anxiety, there are some animals that actually will mirror that and have stress and anxiety as well. And there are other animals that will take it on and try to calm you. So it's a different way of looking at that you have to figure out how is that going to work in my life and what is it that I really need? And that's really important. So we deal with the difference between emotional support versus service animals. Service animals have a job. Emotional support is really when it's back to that, I'm able to calm myself down. They can assist me, and I don't say calm, but they can assist me in helping me go through what I need to go through. It's a little different,
Sure.
And I wish to be very careful about when I talk about those things, because it's very valid. And I've seen people with emotional support rabbits. I've seen people with lots of stuff over the years.
We met a man who had an emotional support rat.
Yeah.
And we've had rats. People think that rats are like creepy or something. Rats make if you're going to get a rodent, get a rat.
They're really smart.
They are smart. They're fun. They're so clever. They're very sweet. We've had, when the kids were younger, several pet rats, never got bit. And of course, they only live a few years, and then you gotta cry and bury the rat. Then you gotta go down to the pet store and get another one. But no, we had a rat who thought he was a cat, and he could get out of any cage. So finally, we just gave up, and he hung out with the cats. He even pooped in the litter box and ate cat food.
You can train them. I know.
And people would come over. They're like, "There's a rat." It's like, "Oh, there you are," But it would have been nice for him to longer than what he did. But and we also had ended up with a mama cat with a litter during that time, and he would climb into the basket with the kittens and lay with them until their mother came back.
Aww.
And he would give them baths, and he was just awesome. He had a better personality than a lot of people I've known.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I know. Well, that's that. Like I said, it's just it's really cool. It's one of those things one of those topics that everybody's got their topic on their channels. This just happens to be we're like the dog travel people. It's sort of fun. We're gonna be doing things for 2021. As you can see behind me, I've got like some boards. I can do these whiteboards back here, and we're gonna be voting on the boards because my son has an Etsy store and he makes t-shirts.
What state are you in?
We hibernate in Tennessee in the winter, and then March, November we travel.
Okay, because here in Utah, in southern Utah, is one of the biggest animal rescues, Best Friends.
Oh yeah, Best Friends Animal Society.
And right now, they are so they're having a hard time getting hold of the equipment they need, so they're so backed up for spays and neuters because they can't get their PPE.
Right.
And so unfortunately, some rescues are going ahead and adopting the pets out without getting them fixed.
Some of them are giving vouchers. I know I've heard this a little bit because they can't get people. They'll give you a voucher saying, okay, take it to this veterinarian or take it to here, whatever.
Yeah, we got a voucher here, but I know that some of them are, just not being responsible with that, which goes against what rescue is supposed to be.
Well, this is the human in us. Ready? You have a very loved animal, and it's human nature to think, oh my gosh, I would love to have another animal just like it. So this is where people start thinking about breeding animals. And they go, maybe if they had puppies, or maybe if they put this in their head, but I always have to explain them. I'm a mom. I have a bunch of kids. I have a lot of kids. I've got 5 in college right now, plus.
Oh my.
So none of my kids are the same. I would say same recipe every time.
Yeah, my kids are all very different from each other. My son's got a Leon Berger lab mix. She's very.
That's what it was.
Leon
This
Berger.
is.
Yeah,
so
they
I had
get
to
to
Google
pick.
it because I wasn't sure, and I wanted to make sure that I got it right. But this is what he looked like, and he was actually the size of what the female breed is. So he didn't grow to full height. But this,
they're huge.
it was a huge dog, let me tell you. And
Yeah,
this
and
is what he kind of looked like.
With my son's being mixed with lab, then she didn't get huge, which
Just
is
think like a small cow or a miniature horse or a Great Dane plus with fluffy hair.
And then, of course, the sad thing with those big dogs, as we mentioned, they don't live real long necessarily.
Yeah.
And then you can, like with Charlie, what is he? He's going to be 10 this year. And, heck, being a little poodle, his breeding wasn't great, but how some of them live to be 20.
Oh, yeah. Boondock Mercantile's like same recipe. Well, I'm just being honest.
Yeah. No, now Charlie isn't fixed, but that's because he was over 5 when we got him, and he doesn't run away looking for love. He's not getting fresh with anybody's legs, so
Yeah.
you know that it would have been more dangerous to have him fixed. I figured the odds were. Just,
Well,
you know,
here's the way I look at it. Tony, I always think of, like, I call old actors. Tony Randall was 72 when he became a father. You take him to a dog park, and I always look at the people who bring their puppies and stuff, and their puppies don't have shots yet. Their puppies haven't been fixed yet. I always look at these owners very lovingly and say, things happen. It doesn't take much, and you need to be prepared for consequences. So,
Charlie just stays at home. Once in a while goes for a car ride. So he's never sired any puppies. And like I said, because the breeder wouldn't have used him. Because
first off, he's got a fabulous name, because my name's Charlie Grace. So all I can say is he must be a great dog.
Yeah, he came with the name, and all 3 of our dogs came with their names.
That's cool.
but yeah, probably the one that's the most fun is our spaniel. She is hilarious. She's such a ding dong, and everything is so exciting. And I didn't realize that she's got to love everyone, and I didn't know that the King Charles were that way.
Yeah.
And we had a pug that was that way. Her ashes are just right there. We miss her. But yeah, it's fun how she's just got to say hello, and then she goes on her way.
I just need to greet you, make sure you're good, and then I'm good to go.
Yep, that's it. She has to come tell Dwayne goodnight before and that was another, she'd been kennel trained, and I don't know how much time she spent in the kennel. Oftentimes dogs spend more than what I think they should, but she sleeps on my daughter's bed and gets lots of love. We spoil the crap out of our pets and then wonder why the brats.
You know what? This is something interesting. I have a lot of people ask me this question, and they say, "What do I do about this? How do I train my dog? How do I train my dog? What do I do?" And I look at them very lovingly, and I say, "The difference is I'm an animal behaviorist and not an animal trainer. There's a difference. I worked in zoos and aquariums. I worked with beluga whales, believe it or not, and dolphins and stuff. Way back in the day.
That's amazing.
And what we did was we looked at their natural behaviors and applauded and positively reinforced natural behaviors. We didn't train them to jump through hoops. I'm not going to train my dog to go and, not that there's anything wrong with people who do dog training. That's not where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is, I think when you have a pet, they're not a show dog, they're a pet, they're a family pet, and they're giving you love, unconditional love. I think you should applaud them in their natural behaviors, and you should, reciprocate in that way. So it makes it a little easier to deal with. When we're talking about working dogs, it's a whole nother ball game, because they got to have a job, they got to do something, or they're just going to drive you insane. I've had a couple of those. But just think about that, because Instagram, all that stuff.
I like animals more than I like people. And I've always had pets, and I feel what they're feeling.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, because Odie is naturally nervous. I'm always saying we should get him high, keep him that way. But
he may not, it sounds crazy. He may not be as nervous as he is on high alert.
And he's very reactive, and sometimes, Dwayne takes him outside and plays ball with him, so that's good. And he does know, have basic training. I don't bother with training my dogs to do tricks. It's funny when they do. I don't care. But just as long as they know the important
I'm going to show you some cool
ones. Because like Odie likes to say hi to whoever comes to the door, and then I tell him to come back in, and he does. And
we just got a new puzzle. You guys ever seen the puzzles, the dog puzzles?
Mm-mm.
All right, hold on. I'm going to show you because it's actually really cool. Hold on a second. We just got a new one. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm walking. It's here somewhere.
And I'm always saying, though, that when this lot of pets die off, I'm not going to have any more. And then we just get more. And, then the one round will die, but we've already got others. And
Yeah. We said we were never going to get any more either, and ended up with more.
Oh, and cats. I have never gone out of my way to get a cat. Cats show up at my door.
I'm on the big screen. Okay.
Oh, how
Okay,
fun!
this is fun. So let me just tell you what this is. So you can get these. They're all over. You can go to PetSmart. You can go on Amazon. You can get them all over. This is a treat finder. So what you do is you put a treat in one side, and you close it up, and these go in circles too. And you can put little treats, little pieces of kibble, or like little rotisserie chicken, like something really that has a might be a little more smell. My dog's like looking at me like, do I get something? And then they learn. It actually helps with their intellectual development. It's a lot of fun. So there's different levels. There's beginner. This is sort of like intermediate, like not exactly beginner, but in between. And then they get harder as they go on. So if you've never done a dog puzzle and you have a dog that's like sort of bored, or, you're thinking, what, they really could use a little more something. These are really, really great. Now you don't leave them on the floor forever. You don't let them chew on it. But my dog takes about 15 minutes. She loves this thing. So this was her Christmas present this year. And
Awesome.
highly recommend it.
My son's dog would love that.
Yeah, they're really cool. And I mean, like $10. I mean, we're not going to break the bank. It's like, 8, 10, 12, something in that range.
And they're, like I said, Leon Burger Lab Mix. When she was a puppy, they got the food bowl that had the sections, so she wouldn't, eat too fast like a lot of big dogs tend to do especially when they're growing. And now, that's the only bowl she'll eat out of, even though she's like 3 years old. So that
Wow.
it's funny.
Yeah,
Look at that cutie.
This is Rosie Bell. Say hello to the ladies. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
She is a lab mix, but she is a lab mix with Airedale Terrier mix, and she has dwarfism. So she is full body lab, because she's a chunk of love. Full body lab with little teeny legs.
Little short stubby legs.
So
my stepmom had a cat. I don't know what. I can't remember the name of the cat, but the front legs were like little, and the back legs were normal, and everything else about the cat was normal except for the 2 front legs.
That mutant legs.
Yeah,
it totally happened. Yep.
It was. I supposedly now I don't know how. Anyway, she said that it was this type of breed it was.
Now, don't Sphinxes have longer back legs?
These were really little.
Yeah, it's not anything that extreme. It sounds very awkward. I don't see the benefit in nature for something like that.
There's not.
The cat. I mean, if you were laying on the floor, that cat would run at you. You couldn't help but laugh because it looked like it was struggling, but not like in a mean way that you would laugh.
Right.
You just feel like sorry for it, and you just kind of start laughing, walk over, get up, walk over, pick it up, and it was a very strange cat.
It happens. I mean, they're
personality wise, it was strange.
I've never met a cat that wasn't weird.
It's okay.
Do they make those puzzles for cats and birds?
There are some puzzles. Really, there are some puzzles like that because it's really cool. There's lots of neat stuff out there people just don't know about, and check it out. Wait, now what kind of bird do you have? A bird, correct?
I have 3.
What kind?
I have a monk, aka Quaker parrot.
Okay.
And then I have 2 parakeets.
Oh, see, I had budgies. I love parakeets.
My two bungees, aka parakeets, are right here above my desk. They're being very quiet, which is very unusual. And then Mr. Pickles, he's upstairs. He's a big mouth.
No, we met a gentleman who traveled in an RV, and he had I got to think about this, Rook. I want to say it's a parrot. I don't know exactly what kind of parrot. It's going to take me. It wasn't a macaw. I think it was a gray parrot. Now to think about it, it may have been a gray parrot. And they had a little Shih Tzu as well. And he's had this his whole life. He's had a bird, and they've traveled the country with this bird, and just extremely smart, very well mannered, amazing bird. I was like dying laughing. We're in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with a Shih Tzu and a parrot.
See, I always wanted a bird. I've always had a connection with birds and nature and stuff like that. And so when we got the opportunity to get Mr. Pickles, He was actually my first bird ever. And Tommy grew up with them. I did not. And when we got him, he was completely like, he squawked, but he didn't talk. He didn't interact. He was in a cage, ate birdseed, nothing else. And he'd been like that for 6 years. And then because he's 13 now. And so he just turned 13 actually.
Oh, wow.
And so the first 5 years of his life, we are suspecting he was a breeder bird.
Oh, okay.
And with the scars and what we were told when the lady that we got him from got him, it just all makes sense. The signs of a broom, vacuum, certain things will set him off. And so now we've had him for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And now he talks, he whistles.
Oh, he's happy now.
He's my baby. He is all about me. Not that I had planned it that way, but he is 100% a mama's boy.
Oh.
He is my protector. He's my alarm clock. Although he just learned to do this not too long ago, where at 8 o'clock in the morning, every morning, he will start making a noise. And I figured out the other day what it was. He was mimicking an alarm clock.
Oh, wow. There you go.
And so his cage is right next to our bedroom door. And before he was over by the front door, and he would sound off. And I would wake up and I'm like, all right, Mr. Pickles, I hear you. And he'd be quiet for exactly 10 minutes. And if I wasn't up moving or if the kids weren't up moving, he would go off again.
You had your parrot snooze going on.
Exactly. And so it took me a bit to catch on once he started doing this, what he was doing. And then when I did finally figure, I'm like, I don't need an alarm clock. I have Pickles.
I'm good. I'm really good. Understand that. Yeah. A lot of people have that's cool. That's so cool though. That's awesome. I love it.
And now also I trained him, not purposely, that because when we got him, he wouldn't try anything new. We wanted to introduce fruits and vegetables and healthy stuff to him.
Right.
So he wouldn't touch any of it. And all he wanted was seed. So I literally had to go over and take a bite out of the food and show him that it was okay. And then he would try it.
It's a trust thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now anything that I have, if he knows it's something he's never had before, he lets us know he wants to try it. And
look what John says. Wait until he starts talking to Alexa. That's right. Wait until the bird starts going.
Hey, John, we don't have an Alexa.
Oh.
At least not yet. I'm a little bit nervous for that now. Thank you. So I know there are certain things that aren't good for us that aren't good for our pets either. But I'm going to be 100% honest. He would not leave me alone because I drink Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. It's my thing. He wanted to try it. And he wouldn't leave me alone until he tried it. So I let him take a little bit off the rim of my Coca-Cola thing or my can. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
He took a lick and he started going jerking his head it was funny. It actually was kind of funny. So I was like, okay, so you don't like Coca-Cola. Good. I finally got something that's mine and he can't have it.
That's right.
Well, Tommy the other day decided that he was going to have a Dr. Pepper, and it's a cheap Dr. Pepper. We don't buy name brand Dr. Pepper very often. No, it's not Mr. Pibb. It's like a Dr. Thunder from Walmart. Okay. So Tommy was walking by, going to bed, and Mr. Pickles reached out and tried to grab his can from him. So Tommy's like, okay. So he gets this little, we have the little miniature solo cups.
Mhm.
So Tommy put a splash in there for him. He's a Dr. Pepper freak. He brought his cup, like it was just a little bit, but he picked his cup up and brought it over to Tommy, begging Tommy for more. And Tommy's like, no. He's like,
It's the sugar water. It's crazy. Yeah, you got to be careful because that kind of carbonated stuff is not a good idea.
Oh, I know it's not. Once in a while, it is okay once in a while, but it's not like we give it to him every single day or anything like that. But I've noticed he gets overstimulated when he gets excited about something.
Wait, are you saying you have an ADD parrot that your parrot needs caffeine? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
He wants coffee every time he smells it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just saying. Just thinking.
This coffee, or
Maybe it's the caffeine. The caffeine doesn't calm him down.
yeah.
No, it does. No, it doesn't calm him down. He's for the most part he's a mellow bird, but he likes coffee. So I did my research, and I'm like, well, I really don't want to give him my coffee, and so he gets coffee a couple times a month, but it's decaf. Decaf is for them because it doesn't have the.
Are you recording any of this? Because I'm dying to see this. That you gotta next time. I want to see that you gotta I don't care if you TikTok, or Instagram, or YouTube, but I want to see this.
I might actually have a video. Hold on.
Your parrot.
I'm just saying.
Coffee.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying I want to see it. That's all.
Okay, our Christmas tree is still up.
Oh.
Hold on, let me bring
Yep,
bring
I
it
see
up.
it. There he is.
Oh, let me get it started. Sorry. It would help to.
Oh yeah, so it's a little tiny, those little shot glass.
The shot glass, yeah. Oh, how funny! That's
That
cute.
is
That is his cup.
Okay, please don't give him liquor.
No. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No Irish whiskey for him.
And he travels with his cup. He really likes them, and so when we're going to be making him some new toys soon, and we're going to actually put a red Solo cup on some rope for him to play with because he likes to move it around.
Yeah,
and so
that's hilarious.
Just some of the things that he does. I have him on Instagram where he's singing or he's whistling the dueling banjos.
Oh, funny.
He does a very small portion of Bad to the Bone.
If he's on TikTok, we could duet you. I'm just saying. We can have fun. I mean, listen. If Rosie O'Donnell is friends with me on TikTok, I mean, come on, we can have some fun with this.
Yeah, I don't even really know if I have TikTok. I have to look because it came on my phone, but I haven't really done anything with it.
I don't have.
Okay, let me just say this. It's a little addictive. Once you actually get it's like Instagram, you get in those things. My husband will sit there and just scroll. I mean, I swear to God, 20 minutes has gone by. I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing. Did you put some laundry in? No. I'm like, what are you doing?
My daughter shows me TikTok videos all the time.
Cliff, you're gonna crack me up.
He's hooked on coffee.
Carrot is hooked on coffee. You can't make this up.
Yep. That's funny. I love it. Love it. Well, ladies, I have got to go because I've got it. Believe it or not, was it about 9? I'm on Central Standard Time. It's 9:30, which is the official. Got to take the dog out for the night, and she has to walk around and touch all the heads to make sure everybody's in the house. Go to this room and then go to that. It's a whole nighttime routine. It just kills me. I'm like, okay, everybody's in bed. Everybody's fine. Now you can go to sleep too.
Our big dog, he knows how to tell time. Yeah.
Well, it's totally fine. I dig it because then it keeps me in a routine too, and I've got tons of work to do. But hey, listen, thank you so much for having me up. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
It's nice to finally meet you in person and all your awesome people that come on because I never get to put a face to a name. And now you can say I met that crazy redhead at Forever Best Friend. We are going to be live on New Year's Eve. Like before I forget, we're gonna be live on New Year's Eve. We do our typical yappy hour every 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Y'all need to come over and have fun because we do goof off and just
yeah, I'm trying to so if you're able to drop your link, please do.
did you throw me a wrench?
Yep. I was just looking for your name on here. There we go.
Okay, I will do that before I take off. I promise. And then yeah, y'all need to come over because it is a lot of fun. And I always love meeting new people. And we love helping new channels and meeting new people because our channel's sort of broad based because everyone's got a dog or a cat or a bird or something. We're not just, we love resellers, we love this, we love that. We're all over the board. But we're looking for 5 more animal charities throughout the United States to help in 2021. So if you guys have any names, any particular rescues or things that you like, let us know because our goal next year is to give away $25,000 to animal rescues.
Awesome.
Wow.
So we want to make sure.
Let me see if I can find a link. There's bird rescues out there as well that I know that they struggle. Okay. So let me see if I can find out the name of the one that I follow, and then I will let you know.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Have a great night.
Much love.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
My hair color feels so dull now.
I love her red hair.
Her hair definitely matches her personality.
For sure. She's pretty fun. Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. Let's look at your phone. I sent you a message. Okay. Peter says, I just ordered one of the dog puzzles. Thank you for the idea. Awesome. I pulled them up too because I wanted to see if they had one for cats and birds. We were just talking about retail arbitrage, and I got to thinking Tommy went to the pets. Did I get my bird what, Rebecca? Oh, no. I know what she's talking about. No, I did not get a new bird. Not this time around. I want to get things situated in the house before we go and get another bird at this time. I know I really wanted one, but I personally made the decision not to get one this time or this last time. So it doesn't mean the next time I might not, but I was practicing self-control at least the last time. So that we went, which was what, like 2 weeks ago, something like that. So yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Hey, if you want a crazy cat, I'll ship my old cat to you.
We already have a crazy cat, and she likes to headbutt in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, that's my daughter's cat. Yeah. No one will let her sleep in their room because she wakes you up at 3. And no, we've got to put our old one down. I just haven't been able to talk myself into it.
Oh,
and she's lost her marbles because cats can get dementia, and that's what's happened to her. And
that's sad.
Yeah, we've had her, her entire life, but no, we've told you about our feral cat that moved in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like I said, I've never met a cat that wasn't weird.
We have a good cat, but she's weird. And speaking of weird, the way we have our bedroom set up now, we can actually across the bed and look out our back window.
Cool.
Instead of being kind of all janky like we were before, trying to look out the back window. So we were watching as our duck, Brock, her baby, who is a black cat, we watched this cat grow since it was a baby, like baby. And it snowed. We finally got snow. We're going to be getting some more tomorrow. And
It's snowing here too.
see, we're supposed to get up to 7 inches by Wednesday afternoon.
We just got a dusting going on, thank goodness. As long as it snows in the mountains.
Yeah, we got what, 2 inches maybe? Tommy?
Yeah.
2 inches
I think
of snow, was it about?
we have like an inch, like I said, just a dusting.
Yeah, we got about 2 inches. The kids have to go out and shovel, but
You can get your kids to shovel?
Yeah.
Can I say my 20-year-old to you?
Heather would like to send her 20.
Nope.
He said nope. I mean, it's not the. Sometimes we have to send them back out, a second time to finish and do a better job, but we get them to shovel the best that we can. But what was I saying? I got sidetracked again. Squirrel.
And we have the death porch. We really, really, really need to put tape on it because it gets slick as snot. The snow will ice over, and the people who had the house before us put it there, and it's like warm weather only friendly. And so when it's cold, when it's freezing out, we tell people just to come and go from the garage, not even bother with the front door.
Yeah, during the winter time, if it's really bad, what we have, the kids will shovel a pathway to the back, so that the mail lady can put packages of stuff in the back. It's sometimes our sidewalk, even though it gets shoveled, so it gets put down. Sometimes it's still pretty slick. And so it's just safer to go through the back, and I know I had something that I wanted to share, but now I can't remember what it was. It's one of those nights. Oh, the little black cat. So it was hopping in the snow to where the duck house is, and it went in, and then all of a sudden we saw Brock come out, and she laid down next to the food, and the black cat went over and ate, and then the black cat got up, stepped back, Brock went and ate, and the black cat did look out while she was eating. And I was just like, really? I cannot believe that is the same cat or the kitten that we first saw them starting to raise. Not too long ago, actually.
My son has an 8-week-old kitten, and so on Christmas, that was the main attraction, was watching the kitten until he sacked out. It's very cute. And they have a cat, but this one I think is going to be my son's cat, which is his first one since his childhood cat died. That cat lived to be 16. And
oh wow,
so it was really hard on Ian to lose him because he'd had him since he was 8.
Oh wow.
And yeah, he had gone from being a really sweet kitten to a grumpy old man, and then he went completely senile. And
oh no.
So, but he made it clear to 16, and he'd been born as a barnyard cat that was given to us.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he lived way longer than his life expectancy.
See, that's cool. And I had a Bombay, a purebred black Bombay cat, and he had 3 legs. His name was Miracle. I had him since I was 16. He passed away shortly. I think Joey was 6 months old when he passed away. And it was heartbreaking. He lived till he was almost 11 years old. He was like 1 month shy of his 11th birthday when he passed away. But he made it for quite a few years with only 3 legs. Cats are crazy. they adapt. You know,
Yeah,
I can see that all other animals adapt too, but this cat, I mean, it's like when he had to have that surgery, I felt so horrible. I felt like I did something wrong. You know, it was my baby, and then yeah,
yeah.
he lost, and he was good to go. And I was like, this is strange.
We had a puppy who we had to have a leg removed, and it was so awful. What it turned out being is a congenital issue.
Mhm.
The cartilage and the bones weren't like separating right, and then she broke her leg, and it just we had to put her down, and then and she was from a big litter at the shelter, and so I called the shelter and let them know. They were very concerned about that since there was like 8 of them that they had from that litter, and it's like, oh boy. And she was a mixed breed, not something that we were expecting. And she was red heeler and rat terrier, something like that. But that was, I don't know, it's hard. Every pet I've lost has been hard. That's part of why I keep putting the old cat down.
Cliff said, I wish I had more snow. Well, I will gladly
Where's
send it to
Cliff?
you. Canada.
And he wants more snow?
He can have all the snow he wants from here.
Just sit in water when springtime comes.
Yeah, it could,
Yeah.
When it starts to melt, it comes down our way, and we get flooded.
Oh yeah, we don't always have
want
enough
it to
water
snow.
here, or we have limited water. Utah's got to figure out how to be like California and be conservative with the water. We're supposed to have green yards, and
that's well.
when I look at how my neighbors were accused by the city of hoarding rainwater.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like rain. Do you know what state we're in here? It doesn't rain. It rains a couple times a year. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Perlini says, love the story of the kitten and duck. Yeah, and I will get more pictures now that I'm able to get better pictures and watch longer. I should be able to get some more pictures, maybe even some video. It is the cutest thing in the whole wide world. I'm telling you, it is the cutest thing in the whole wide world. And Brock and Shiloh were both raised by a cat when they were little. They were raised by Bellfire, my cat Bellfire, and to see that they raised this kitten up until, I mean, it's a pretty big cat. I'm telling you, it's a pretty big cat. I might have a picture I can show you, but it amazes me. And I always tell Tommy, I think our animals are confused because none of them act like the animal that they're supposed to act like at all.
As long as they're happy. My sister, the dog, the cat, the rabbit, and the duck all hung out together in the backyard. And they all would sleep in the dog den.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when we had ducks, we had chickens and ducks, and the ducks would go sleep in the chicken coop.
Here, I'll show you. This was the other day, just before.
That's a black cat.
Yep, and he's watching as she's getting ready to go to sleep.
That's cute.
Yep, he's very, very protective of her. And he knew I was taking pictures. And I was like, who is that? Hello, hello. I mean, he did. He knew I was taking pictures, but he would not move from her side. Not at all.
That's
hello,
cute.
hello.
Our black cat likes dogs better than she likes. Well, we have 2 black cats, but the younger one likes dogs better than she likes cats.
think this is paper plate.
Yes, it is, and I'm picking up an echo, I think, and I apologize. I'm not sure why it's echoing if it is.
Do you have your YouTube on?
Oh, yep, I
No.
can hear the echo.
Yeah, it's a problem I've been having for the last couple weeks, and I haven't been able to figure out why yet. It's like
Are you on a desktop or a laptop?
I'm on a desktop.
Okay, do you have more than one camera?
No. I only have the one camera, and I have a headset, but the headset's turned off.
Did you move the speakers recently?
I did.
Because sometimes if you separate them and they're further away from the microphone, isn't that supposed to help?
I don't know.
I'm not
I
a
haven't tried
tech.
it. I
Yeah,
haven't tried that.
Tommy's a tech guy. He asked, did you check to make sure that your YouTube is muted?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the one who always hooked up on that one.
Does your webcam have a mic?
Yes.
Does your headset have a mic?
Yes.
One of those is on. You need
The
to put one of them.
The webcam is the one I'm using for the mic because I don't have my headset on. The headset's turned off.
Maybe the headset's possessed.
Yeah.
I would double check and make sure that one of your mics is turned off. You might have to actually go into your sound setting in your computer and disable one of the mics.
Yeah, I've been. So if I'm just gonna go ahead and do this real quick though and put my headset on because if I do that, it kills the echo. So go here, go there. I've been having to do it on our morning show a lot that we have during the week. I even went out and bought a new webcam because I thought it was a webcam issue. So.
Nope, I didn't want to do that. Hold on 1 second. I think yeah, because I
have the echo canceling clicked in StreamYard.
Do you have the echo? What is it? The echo canceling clicked on StreamYard.
Yes.
On your StreamYard. He said yes. It sounds like the issue that I had, Tommy, when I got
should be gone now.
I had two. Yeah. When I first started, and we had two different situations. I ended up with a headphone with a mic on it, or the headset with the mic, and I have a webcam that has a mic. I was echoing too because it was picking up from both mics.
Right. See, and I've had both of them going for a long time and never had the issue up until about, like I said, it's been about 3 weeks ago now. And it just started doing it out of the blue, and I thought maybe I had my webcam was going bad or something.
Did you have a update on your computer?
Not that I can think of.
Because I know for mine, it'll automatic do
the automatic updates.
Yeah, so it could have, if you had an update, it could have just kicked out your settings. But go to sound settings and turn on echo cancellation.
And StreamYards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is already.
Okay, it is already.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it shouldn't be echoing now though because I got my headset on.
Right. Tommy said, because he's trying to help too. He said, do him a favor and unplug your headphones completely from your computer. Just completely unplug them and see if you still have the issue.
Kind of like turn the computer off and back on again.
No, just unplug the headphones.
Yeah.
That he's got on. Yeah. Now you have to turn on the mic for your webcam.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, it's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
Tommy's
saying.
the tech guy, and it's got him some.
Yeah, and I've been like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm, advanced in tech, but I mean, that's what we really talk about mostly on our daily show. But it's had me stumped forever as well, and everybody else on there too, because that's why I said I went out that day that it started and bought a new webcam.
Tommy wants to know, how far away is your webcam from your speaker, like your closest speaker?
2 foot, foot and a half, 2 foot.
Is your sound up? Like turned all the way up?
No, I mean it's not. It's just loud enough for me to hear.
Okay. Tommy's like all on this. He's all like trying to think real hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah.
But I did want to stop by real quick and just say hi anyway, and come in and say hi and everybody. And
Well, we're glad you did.
For
I'll let
sure,
you
for sure.
put a face to the voice. So.
Hello, hello.
But yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to swing in real quick, and Tommy, anytime you want to try to help, I mean, just.
Oh, Tommy wants to know: are you just using StreamYard, or are you using OBS with StreamYard?
No, just
along
StreamYard.
that line. Just StreamYard.
Yeah.
He's he's got it pulled up. One way or another, he will be able to help.
Yep, it's just StreamYard. I've even went as far as moving the wires all the way around, thinking maybe I was getting some type of interference, from the wires, or it just, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to let me see something here. Why is it not letting me into sound? What do you have? Do you have Windows 10?
Yes.
Okay. He's got Windows 10 if that helps you too. I'm looking for something. Sound settings. Let's see. Image sound devices. Okay. All right. Let's see.
You hear his echo?
Do you hear your echo?
No.
All right. This is
yeah.
okay. So this is I have Windows 10 too. Go down here and hit sound settings.
You gotta have 2 audio devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, and you have this pulled up?
Yep.
Okay. Choose your input device. There's your microphone. Mine is my microphone HD Pro Web C920. But there's also this thing above it where it says master volume. Click on that and see what your input device is for your microphone. See if it registers anything else other than your microphone or your headphones.
Oh. Click on what would you click on? Manage sound devices.
Yeah.
The input, I have my capture card.
Does that make any sense to you? This is mine, honey.
No,
I'm showing.
no, his input should be his mic, his webcam, if that's what he's using.
Yeah, your input should be your webcam or your headphones.
Yeah, the only time I use the, let's see, let's do it here, and we're gonna disable that. Did that get rid of it?
Tommy.
You gotta talk. I don't know. You gotta hear you talk because you're the one I'm hearing echo.
Okay. Repeat that one more time.
I got rid of the the capture card out of the input.
I think it's gone.
The only reason it was in there is because it can pick up the sound from when I'm doing a video on, recording a video or something.
Okay, then
Or,
do you have your headphones plugged in yet?
The echo's gone.
Yeah, it was
No.
gone when you put us. So you just have your mic on, your webcam on?
Yeah.
It's gone.
I'm not hearing an echo now.
Is it?
Yep, it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean now.
So it was a capture card. That's interesting.
I fixed the computer.
Hey, you did your good deed for the day.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really strange because none of that is even plugged into the computer as far as sound other than the TV. Well, actually, my HDMI splitter is where it goes to.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, because there's absolutely no echo now.
Somehow it was looping his playback audio. That's why he couldn't hear the echo, but you could, because it was looping it back and rebroadcasting.
I knew I should have got that Elgato instead.
I feel so happy. And yeah, not a problem. I'm not much of a computer person, but I know a little bit. And I just because I experienced it in the past, I just happen to remember. So I can put computer techie on on my tags. Yay! See,
Yeah,
honey,
because
some things did soak in.
yeah, normally when I have my microphone plugged in for my headset plugged in, it's in there as well, but it'll automatically determine if I put my headset on and flip the mic down, it disables the webcam mic automatically.
For me, you'll be a genius.
I'm not gonna be able to fix that part, honey. He's like, all right. He's like, somebody wanna explain to me why all of a sudden in silhouette, why he's printing in black and white when it should be color. I'm like, he's like, if you can do that, then I'll call you a genius. No, that's a printer. This is a computer.
Prints in color from every other program.
Yeah, every other program it prints in color, but you go to Silhouette Studio and prints in black and white. You can't get it to print in color. It's really strange. So that's Tommy's.
That is interesting too.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah.
I don't remember how.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out then, and then make it yourself a note, Tommy.
I think I did.
Hey, they listen and fix computers all on one show. Yup, whoop whoop.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I wanted to stop in and just say hi real quick, and I know I told Pete that I was hoping to try to get on Shrinking Sharon, and I both are going to try to get on one of his Saturday shows with him. But I know this weekend I've got my paper plate is full.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to try to come on his show and hang out with a little bit. And I think he said that he would like to get together and get everybody together for one big show.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. So.
That would be really cool because we need to support each other and be there for each other. You know?
Yep. Absolutely. So.
Cliff. Okay, so Cliff is being sassy now. He said, I wonder if Des can help me troubleshoot. I don't even know how to say that if I needed. And then he goes and asks me, Destiny, should I use 250,000, however you say that word, or 200 56,000, whatever that word is, with USB 2.0. What? I don't know everything. I just know a little bit. What I did was show you all I know. There, that's what
You ran out.
I ran out. My brain's tired.
You should move it all over to USB 3.0 and not worry about it.
I don't know. We have some i7 or something, another super fast computers, and I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I have an i7. That's what I have.
I love it. My laptop was super slow, and I had two laptops, and it then moved to one laptop with a monitor, and now it's a desktop with two monitors, and I get to watch as Tommy, which I don't know if you guys will be able to see because it's dark over there, has a 3-monitor setup. He's got the big one here, and then one over there where it's flashing. That's his setup. He's like ready for whatever goes on outside in the world, I suppose.
Almost like mine. I have 3. Well, I have a TV that I can switch over, and then I've got the 2 monitors on the desk, and then the laptop beside it, and tablet on the other side. But
you know, I didn't realize like how slow mine was, my laptops were, until Tommy had me go on his computer, his desktop, and he's like, I need you to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, it might take me a bit. And he's like, why? So because, I'm just used to a slow computer. So I go on his computer and I'm waiting, and it's a boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I want one. Cliff, I love you too, my friend. You do not have to go lay in the yard. I promise you, you don't have to go lay in the yard.
yeah, I don't care for laptops much myself.
Thank you, Carol, for joining. Much love, dear, and get some much needed sleep. It was good to see you tonight.
Good night, Carol.
Good night.
The conversation between Carol and Peter are cracking me up. Oh, yeah. And Peter and Carol will be going live on Saturday evening. Oh, is it 8?
There's mine real quick. There's the tower, and then that up there.
Oh, nice.
Laptops over here.
I like the green lights.
Yeah, they're all color changeable or RGB.
Color changing?
Yeah.
I love color changing.
Yeah, I love my green.
My keyboard and mouse are color changers. I have candles on my shelf that are color changers. People who have ADHD are very attracted to color changing lights.
How funny.
Maybe that's, I've never been diagnosed with that, but I've never been tested.
My
But
keyboard changes colors.
Yep.
And then my mouse, actually, take it back. My mouse does not change colors. I apologize. It's Tommy's mouse that changes colors. Mine, I can set it because it's a
is that a Death Adder?
no, it's a Red Dragon.
Oh, okay.
And this thing, I can make it. I have to go into the settings and make it breathe. I can make it look like it's breathing fire.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, actually, it's doing it now. It like gets real bright and then dims down. Gets real bright, dims down.
Yeah.
But I love it, and then my mouse pad is one of those measuring things that you use for a cutting mat.
Yeah.
So
I went with all razor stuff, except for the stuff that's inside the tower. It's Corsair, but
See, I like Alienware. I like the way that the towers are because you can put color changing lights in. I didn't know that other towers could do that. So Tommy's gonna have to buy or manufacture me a clear lid so that I can have color changing lights in my computer.
My first gaming computer was an Alienware, and then after that, I started putting them together myself, or picking the parts out and having them built online and shipped. And then this one I just kind of lucked into. I was kind of doing the same thing with the parts, and found this one that was ready to ship. And they, I guess it was an order that somebody didn't go through with, but it had the RTX 2080 graphics card in it, and the price on the computer was only $1,200. So I was like, that's the price of the graphics card, so I went with it. That was a couple years ago.
Right, and 9:30 Saturday night, so it's 8:30 East, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 7:30 your time. Heather.
What? Sorry.
Saturday evening, Peter and Carol's live, Mental Health Live.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and
well,
then
it's 9 here, so whatever the adjustment is for that, I always get all
it would be
mixed up.
7:30 your time.
7:30. Okay.
See, I'm starting to remember because you're 1 hour behind us, and Peter and them are 1 hour ahead of us.
Look at you. Yes.
I'm learning. Yay!
Good job.
Your live paper plate. When is that?
We normally do it on Thursdays, usually in about 10:30 in the morning. But it varies because we're still kind of, I think we're on our 4th or 5th show now. Will be coming up. And this week with me moving Thursday, we're doing it on Wednesday. I think at 10:30 in the morning a.m. Eastern time.
And you have that already set up?
I do not. I haven't set it up yet. I'm probably going to do it tonight or in the morning. I'll have the StreamYard and the link for YouTube set up. But I can put my YouTube channel in if you want.
Yeah, I'm already ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys aren't subscribed to Paper Plate as well, please do so. I've lurked a couple times, and I was at your first one actually when you guys did your first one, and that was so awesome. And so I'm so proud of everybody and so happy that more and more people are opening up and talking and sharing and giving people a safe place to go. And it's phenomenal. And I started this last, at the beginning of this year. I opened up last year, and it was really hard for me to kind of get the ball rolling because I was just like, I felt kind of alone. Even though I was sharing what was going on, I still felt alone. And then doing the Saturday shows, Heather would come on, a few people would come on, and I struggled. But now that I've moved to Monday nights and Heather's with me every Monday, well, except for the time that she threw Dwayne under the bus. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I was going out to dinner with cousins.
Yep. Which is cool, but now that Heather is my sidekick, it's so much easier. She keeps me on point, and sometimes we have a topic, sometimes we don't. And I mean, I love having Heather as my co-host. I couldn't ask for a better co-host.
And I plan my Mondays around it now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. I enjoy it too. I've learned a lot. I've enjoyed getting to know people.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And that is. I mean, I love everybody who's come on, and I just, it makes me happy, and I look forward to Monday nights too. Saturdays, it got to the point where I was like, I really don't
Too
want to
much to do on Saturday.
I was like, please, somebody come on with me.
It's awesome because I mean, and when Sharon and I decided to do it, it was an idea of mine for such a long time,
Mhm.
and I did a couple of videos like way back, and I was going to put them on a separate channel called Behind Plates Walls, um, and it went pretty well. And it was when we had our grandson as kinship care and his half brother, and so I was kind of going with that topic mixed in with mental health and whatnot and abuse, and just kind of seeing where it was going to go. And then I switched back over and went and back into the whole tech side, streaming and whatnot, and thought how what time or how do I get started? How should I get started in it all? And then
Mhm.
I just about asked Sharon one day. I was like, what do you think about this idea? And she's like, I love it. And I was like, let's do it. And I didn't even know about your show, and I don't know if she did or not actually.
Yeah.
And then I remember you coming in on the first show, and we come over. I know I came over and watched. I think I subscribed that night, and then went over and watched a couple of your shows. And I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." And it was good to know that. Yeah, it's like I wish I would have done this a long time ago now because I wasn't real sure which way to go with it on my own, and I'm not good at past that one day of planning.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool. And Sharon, she helps me tremendously with it all because she's like, okay, what's going to be our topic? What are we going to talk about? Let's focus. And so she was without her, it's hard to tell how my show would be, or how our show would be. So yeah, she having someone there with you definitely helps, and you
Yeah.
guys, you between your show and Pete and Carol, it's just watching, and I don't know, it's just kind of calmed down that nervousness of it all, and
And you know who Emily Conway is, right?
no, I do not.
Okay, so I'm going to drop her link. She is also another mental health YouTuber. She's also a reseller, and she incorporates reselling, mental health. She does interviews with resellers who struggle with mental health or have mental health, and she's really awesome. She actually, after I started my mental health stuff on here, there was no other direction for me to go, for the simple fact that there was no place for me to go when I needed it. So how do you help people? And YouTube is such a great tool. You learn whatever you can, whatever on YouTube. Why not have mental health stuff other than counselors and other than doctors? Because that's what I was finding, was counselors and doctors. And there's so many counselors and doctors who they're just going based off a book. They don't.
There's a difference between learning about something and having something.
Exactly.
Like when my lady told me, my prescribing nurse told me not to be so hard on myself and to love myself more. And I'm like, well, just don't go there. Just don't go there.
Yeah.
Talking that to someone with bipolar, and it's kind of like, yeah, it depends on the day.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't have bipolar, and this is one thing that helps me understand too, is I don't have bipolar, but Heather does. I have anxiety, PTSD, major depressive disorder. I have body issues. I have body image issues. I have a fear of people. Which a lot of people are saying, how do you fear people? Believe me, it's easier to talk behind a camera than it is to talk to me face to face, because a lot of times I clam up. Being in large groups, I have a hard time with that. I try really hard to work through it. And I have good days and I have bad days. I have periods of time where it seems like everything's great and I'm like, yes, I'm doing great, and then all of a sudden just one little thing and I go backwards. And so if we can we've had people on here who have DID, which is, I think, another
dissociative identity disorder.
Dissociative identity disorder, yeah.
I know the initials. I just am not familiar with the actual, other than
It's a mouthful to say.
It really is, and we've had many types of different mental illness. We've also, had people on here that has the same mental illness, and guess what? It's affecting us differently. And that's what we need to make sure that people understand. We have good days, we have bad days. A lot of times with mental health too, you always talk about the bad before you are able to talk about the good. And so I try to, with Heather's help too, she's helped me a lot as well, is, I was always talking constantly about the bad stuff that happened that week, forgetting to talk about the good stuff that happened also. And so when Heather and I started doing this on Monday nights, it was like, oh yeah, thank goodness she's here, because she keeps reminding me to talk about the
Yeah.
And so it's a blessing for me. It really is.
I'm guilty of that too, but and I have to say that I don't know if you have heard me say on my show, I went for like 40 years with not saying anything about any of my abuse, and nobody knew, because I didn't tell anybody, not friends or anything, until my wife and one of my really close friends, he's my tattoo artist and like family, his wife is a card reader, and they come over there at our house, and that's who I told. It wasn't a counselor, it was someone that I felt comfortable with, and that's who I still feel comfortable with, is people that, and it's nice to have that comfortable feeling with someone that someone that you feel comfortable with, and someone that you can relate to, someone that's real, versus going to a doctor's office and or now picking up a phone call and talking to somebody that has no idea who you are, and so to me it was much easier to do it that way. And then once I started, it's like, I've got to keep doing this, because man, I'm feeling so much better about myself, and things are getting easier. The things that I had problems with dealing with were getting a lot easier for me to deal with and cope with. And so it's been just pretty much my YouTube family and my wife and daughters and close family that's helped with me get through all of it. And as a matter of fact, if you were at the first show, Amy that was on the panel with us, that's who I was talking about. Her was the one that was there when I started talking about it. At her house, she is like, I call her sister, but yeah. So her and her husband are just like family. But that's how me, with knowing people and this has been such an advantage to have the platform. Whether I knew one person or knew 100 people, it didn't matter. It was the platform to have it to like spread, just make me feel better about talking about it, and then knowing that maybe that's gonna help somebody, maybe someone can relate. So
And that's how,
that all helped and made it worth everything.
yeah, that's how I feel too, and what I've noticed too is in like the last 3 months, now celebrities are starting to come out and talk about it. Celebrities are now coming out and having shows and, having guests on and stuff, talking about mental health. And so when I needed it the most, there wasn't a place. There was a video here, there was a video there, but nobody fully dedicated themselves or their channel to bring awareness, to give people a safe place to be when they were struggling. And so I made one, and now I'm seeing it in the last 3 to 6 months. More people in the last 6 months are coming out. And then the last 3 months, it's now the celebrities that are saying, hey, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
And like, yes, finally, our community is growing, and we just want to be understood. We don't want to be looked at as there's something wrong with us, because we fight with ourselves on things. We don't need other people to do that. We just want them to know that, hey, we're here. We just want you to understand. We still have feelings.
Yep.
And go from there.
I think this still drives me crazy. People who think they need to keep it a secret that they're on medication for mental health, or even ADHD. And it's kind of like, you know what? The world knows if you're medicated or not medicated, if you're around someone, watch their behavior long enough. And it's like, and mental health in general, it's like you're not fooling anyone.
Right.
People know. And I have a much easier time being around someone who's like, I've got depression, anxiety, what have you. I take these medications instead of, people who try to keep it a secret or pretend like they're fine, or they're in so much denial that they won't accept the fact that they're batshit crazy and no one likes them. It's the truth.
Right.
There are.
Oh, yeah. And another thing I love about Heather, she doesn't have a filter. She's just going to tell you how it is. And I love that.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No?
I laugh.
I try on our on both shows, to keep it, well, more so on the morning show that I do with Sharon and a couple other people, because it is the morning show and it's Sharon's show and it just, but when I do a show, you never know what's going to happen. That's why I have my show age restricted, because I don't know what I'm going to say, let alone someone else, and I'm not going to tell someone else that, no, you can't come on there and talk about your problems. If they're having a bad day, who knows what they're going to say. I don't want, and so that's why I made my show, but yeah, and my wife doesn't have a filter either.
Did you have my auntie on or something? Because when she's on, I got a PG, I have to make sure it's 18 and older.
Yeah. So
I love
yeah,
my Aunt Kelly. My Aunt Kelly, when she comes on, usually it's to yell at me live in front of everybody. But more times than none, she's a big help for me too. And so when I see her in chat, I'm like, yay, it's gonna be good night. And so we have those people in our life that they understand from a different point of view. And then you have the people in your life that don't understand, that wish they could understand, but they look at things differently. I'm hoping I said that and didn't confuse anybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I hear you. Yeah.
it's very strange. So hello, Memphis Matt. It has been a very long time. How are you doing, my friend? It has been a very long time. I met him in Darlene's chat, Norgus R's chat.
How are they doing? Have you heard?
I guess they just had a memorial or memory thing for Mama. I'm actually it's gonna take me a little bit, but I want to make something special for Mama and put it on YouTube. And so it's just I gotta get my courage up to do it, and so I'm working on that courage to do things that are outside my comfort zone. And so this is going to be one thing that I'm going to do that is outside of my comfort zone. And, you know, because Mama was a big inspiration for me. I loved her to death. You know, I even have,
Lots of people.
let me grab it real quick.
Lots of love.
I have her medicine bag that she gave me. She made this for me.
We have a dream catcher.
Yeah, I found this. I was thinking about her the other day, and all of a sudden I was just directed to it. And I was like, oh, that's right. She made me this. And it has.
Is that an arrowhead?
Yep. Let me pull it up. The arrowhead.
Awesome.
It's got, I believe this is Tiger's Eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gave me a blue clear stone.
Is it glass?
Yes.
It's pretty.
Yep. And then I will read you the card that she sent with it on what they mean. I have my teddy bear card from her. She said, I placed a blue glass gemstone for healing, an arrowhead for your family's well-being, a tiger's eye, small.
Is it cursive?
Yes, and I do, but it's so dark. Tiger's eye, small daggering for prosperity.
Yeah.
So, and I probably said that name wrong, but yeah, she holds a very very special place in our heart and always will. And so I want to do something that's outside of my comfort zone and do something for her, which you guys will see why it's outside my comfort zone when I'm able to get it up after working on it. And so this I have near me when I'm down here, and I always look at it and say, love you, Mama. Thank you.
That's great. Are you going to sing?
No.
That's out of your comfort zone. You know, I didn't click on it, but I did see on YouTube earlier a video that came, you know, up on my feed or whatever the heck it is, of why your comfort zone is ruining your life. So I'll have to watch that sometime. But I'm like, yeah, like. So, because yeah, I'm not one to step out of my comfort zone either.
Yeah. You know, Tommy's got his The Masked Singer YouTube style starting on the 1st. And so, you know, I could not get the courage up to participate. Every time I would try, I didn't do it. But not this time. Maybe the next round, but this round I couldn't do it. So I do need to learn how to step outside of my comfort zone. And Peter said that was a shy no. LOL. But you guys will see. I just need to get a hold of Darlene and get some stuff from her, and then I'm hoping to do what I need to do, get my courage up, and get it done.
That's
Did you
cool.
used to sing? Did you used to sing?
What's that?
Did you used to sing?
Yep.
Okay.
I sing with the radio.
I
I'm
mean,
good with
Not
the radio.
hey, I can play music. I mean, I play the radio.
Yeah, right there with yeah. That's the only instrument I know.
I sing karaoke, but when no
My-
one's around.
My brother got a karaoke machine for Christmas.
No, I actually enjoyed singing karaoke when
Yeah.
when you know, but it was
Okay.
in my younger days when you know, back when we had the liquid courage and you know, yeah, it was, yeah, and it wasn't pretty. I know it wasn't.
And for my brother's birthday a couple years ago. Oh my gosh. So we went to Little Willie's bar in Salt Lake, and it was karaoke night. Knowing my brother, he knows the owners pretty well. And anyway, this is not meant to be racist. This is just to fill you in on the full thing. Okay, this little tiny old Asian lady singing Motown kind of, 70s Motown kind of song, and we happened to be sitting next to a black man who that was like his era, by his age, and he was about dying. It was so funny. It was disastrous and hysterical, and I was feeling for the man, but the lady, she was just singing away.
See, I like the music that I really relate to is blues and jazz music. That's like awesome to me. Then I have my Celtic music, and my favorite instrument of all times, and people are gonna laugh, but my favorite instrument of all times are bagpipes.
I knew you were going to say that because I cannot stand. Okay, the only time I can handle bagpipes, and except for it really triggers emotions because of funerals, but Amazing Grace
Mhm.
bagpipes, I will just start bawling because, like I said, funerals, because my grandma's family's Scottish, but I knew you were going to say that. I'm like, she's going to say bagpipes. So I went to this bagpipe pipe off or something, I don't know, 35 years ago, and I've never been the same since. Oh my gosh. It about killed me. I almost died.
I can agree with you on that, Pixie.
Yeah, hearing that I've become even more so. My sister told me it's menopause. I am so sensitive to pitch. And
now wind chimes I can't stand.
Yeah, hard rock, I can handle if loud, fast beat. You get that pitch going, whether it's the guitar or the screaming that's supposed to be singing, forget it. But yeah, piano is my favorite.
I don't like the piano.
What's your favorite instrument? And what's everybody's favorite instrument in chat?
You know what it was for me? Steve Perry.
Mine's the bagpipes.
Yeah, I lived in Northern California as a kid when Journey came out, and like I said, one of my greatest embarrassments, great shame, I've never seen, of course, Steve Perry's not with Journey anymore, never saw him in concert, but I really think that was why I started watching or loving piano, because, man, but him playing the piano, singing, totally sexy.
Yeah, I was trying to think,
those designer
who
jeans.
is that? I'm like, I know that name. How do I know that name? And then when you said Journey, I'm like, duh.
And I don't know. It would either be between drums or the bagpipes, because I am a huge fan of the drums too.
My brother's a drummer.
Really?
Yeah, I got one brother. So the one that got the karaoke, yeah, he's a drummer, and oh my gosh.
See,
Okay,
I tried when I was younger to learn how to play drums, and
drummers are born drummers.
it's
Anything was a set of drumsticks. Oh, and I grew so sick of it. And we lived in this house with an unfinished basement, and he got his first drum set and put it down there. The whole house would echo of it.
oh, that's
And
funny.
again, drove me batshit crazy. But no, he still drums his. I don't judge. I try not to judge people for their music genre. But he's always like speed metal, and so he's getting all gray, looking like a geezer, and he's still doing that speed metal drumming.
Has he ever heard of Avery Drummer?
And I could ask him.
It's not. He's this young kid. And I think he was like maybe six or years old maybe when he started, and I followed him for the last since he started, and it was amazing to watch him grow. But he is an amazing drummer and especially if you go clear back to watch when he was 6 and 7 years old, it's just like jaw dropping. Yeah, he's super good.
Born with the talent, born with the beat in his head.
Yeah.
See, Joey was interested in drums. So what he did was he took 5-gallon buckets and he stacked them different heights and he would beat on those. Sounded really good. So we're like, oh, something that he's interested. We went and bought a drum set. He didn't touch it once. He didn't like it. He went back to his buckets.
Oh, tap thumping.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
And
now you gotta teach your daughter to do the spoons.
I can try to teach her.
You've seen the spoon lady, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that woman needs to eat a sandwich, but she's very talented.
I used to know how to play the spoons when I was a kid. My grandmother and grandpa taught me how to play the spoons and the juice harp, or I don't know if you guys ever heard of those or remember those. Look like the juice harp. Yeah, that's what they called it. Looks like a little guitar type thing, and it goes up against your lips, and you got a little metal thing that you flip. And as a kid, when I learned how to play it, I remember it so well because it would go back and hit my teeth all the time. The little metal flap in there.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
I got nothing come to mind.
It
looks like a little.
I used to be able to play one of those thin pieces of grass. You hold them and you blow on them, and okay. Sorry.
All my cousins and kids growing up were always so mad because they could do it and I couldn't.
I really sounded hillbilly right there. I play grass.
Mouth harp. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, never. I don't think I've ever seen one. Remember, like, I'm just thinking about the 80s. Of course, there's Eddie Van Halen, who, no one's been able to duplicate the things that he did. But remember, like, the keytar?
These are mouth harps.
Oh, that thing. Okay, yeah. I had no idea that's what it was called.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to work one of those. I don't think I've ever, even messed around with one.
They're not teeth friendly.
No. but yeah, there were just a few stupid things, though, instrument-wise from the 80s that I don't know what the names were, but except for the keytar, how dumb that was.
My one of my best friends in high school, his Eddie and Alex were his second cousins.
Serious?
Yeah, and so it was kind of cool how we met too, because we had and that's why I think we became such good friends. He came from California and moved in moved in with his grandparents at the same time I did, um,
Oh wow.
because of abuse and whatnot. So it was kind of cool how we had met, and we just kind of bonded and was friends ever since. But
That's awesome.
about every like twice, I think twice since I had known him, he had went out and went up to their house for a cookout. That they had a family thing that they would get together, but it was so expensive, to travel out there that he didn't get to go very often. But he had showed me some pictures one time of him. He's probably about 13 or 14, I think, sitting at poolside with Eddie and Valerie. Of course, Valerie was like every kid's heartthrob, back then. Valerie Bertinelli. So he brought that to school and was showing it around, and everybody was like, "What?"
Yeah, my brother, huge fan of Van Halen.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a lot of memories of listening to Van Halen, whether I wanted to or not, because my brother always had it going. Well, it wasn't until Sammy Hagar was with him, but that's one of the bands I've actually seen in concert twice.
David
My
Roth.
brother was very sad with the passing of Eddie just a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
that was that was.
He was amazing, one of a kind.
There'll never be another one like he's gonna be.
No.
Kind of like Jimi Hendrix was, I think.
Mhm.
I had no idea how many things that he, like, in customizing his guitar, that he created that was his. Yeah. So, I was like, holy crap! I wasn't surprised, but I didn't know about it till after he died.
Wow.
Yeah. We were also super sad when Freddie Mercury died, and never got to see Queen in concert.
Wow.
We went to see Journey.
See, you've seen Journey in concert?
A couple of years ago, but it was right after what's his name left, and the little Chinese guy was singing took his place as the lead singer. It wasn't the guy that everybody I can't think of his name, but we saw Journey, and we went to see them with, I think it was Def Leppard.
That's pretty cool. Only musical people in my life is my family, all my family up until my mom's generation was very musical. They were in orchestras. I have a great grandmother that played the harp in an orchestra in England.
Cool.
And that kind of stuff. And then Tommy, his cousin was John Denver.
Yes, Steve. Oh, really? That's cool.
Yes, and Tommy dislikes his cousin. He thinks he's a jerk. He only met him a couple times growing up, but he thought he was a jerk. But everybody loved him. Everybody other than Tommy loved him. And I will tell you a secret, and I'm sure he's watching, but I'm going to tell you a secret. Tommy has his glasses on, his hair is cut, and he's wearing a brown jacket. He looks just like him. Don't tell him I told you that. He didn't like that.
That's funny.
I don't think I have anybody famous and that was in my. Well, I mean, not that I can really think of. I know my grandpa went to school with the Little Rascal girl, or Darla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to school with her. But I don't have anybody famous in my family that I know of.
I have zero brushes with the famous stories.
I've met people, but I don't know.
Have you even ever met anyone?
I mean, I talked to some on. I have a few people on Messenger or YouTube that I've met on YouTube that I chat with, or before they got started on YouTube, or singers. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Second Chance or Massive Men, Call Me Charisma. Any of those guys are all like newer rap people, but it's a different rap. It's like they sing and rap about like mental health stuff.
Oh,
And so it's yeah.
Hey. Rap is not my music.
It's not. It was never really my thing either. But them, it's not like today's normal rap. It's not.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I can't. I can't deal with. Yeah, I can't deal with all that either. All that crazy mess.
Well, and two, just being a fat white lady from Utah, it does not speak to my soul.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in West Virginia, so I'm country, but or redneck, whatever that most of us come from there are. But and rap really never was my thing, and especially like I said, the newer stuff is just not. I don't even consider that a talent. But,
no.
But
sometimes
these
the
guys,
writing is pretty cool. But
yeah, these guys are like really caught my attention with their great lyricists. So
that is way cool. What was it that something that had come to mind? Oh, this is random. I'm getting tired. That country music is known for being the most politically influential genre of music, but I'm guessing that rap is as well.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. 80s modern music, nothing political whatsoever.
No.
At least if there was, it does not apply now.
Yeah. Usually, if I get in the car and I pick a playlist, it's usually either 80s hits or 90s, club hits or country. I do listen to some hard rock if I'm by myself. My wife can't deal with it, but I love Godsmack, Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch. Those type of.
I had a little bit of it.
Yeah. I mean, some of their songs and the lyrics that they. I'm a big lyric person, though. I mean, I have to be able to relate to the song. If I can relate to a song or make it relatable.
Oh yeah.
I can enjoy it. I can't listen to music just to hear it playing. It drives me crazy. It totally boggles my mind, and I can't think about anything. So.
Yeah, if I like a song, I have to learn the lyrics to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, my favorite Godsmack song is it like Under Your Skin or something like that?
Voodoo.
But,
I'm not the one.
I know that one. Under Your Scars.
Oh yes, that's that. Yes.
Yep, that's my favorite Godsmack song. It's not one of their harder songs, certainly.
Right. Yep. Got a great message in the lyrics with it too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I kind of know who you're talking about, but then I don't. I've heard the name. I don't listen to their music.
And yeah, I know a little bit about it. Oh, I learned a little bit about the German band. Dwayne knows the name of it if he's watching. And I've seen some of their videos, and it looks like it's more than a concert. It's an entire theatrical experience with pyrotech and the costuming, and I'm sure it's hundreds of dollars a ticket. And the lead singer, that dude's like a brick wall. He can't call him an old rocker now, considering that Mick Jagger and Keith Richards are still alive, but he's like pushing 60. And but Du Hast is the song I know the best. If you guys have any idea of what I'm talking about.
What's the name of the song?
Du Hast is Dwayne said the band's name. Stein is the second half of the word.
Oh, Rammstein.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, there we go. There it is. Yeah, they're pretty badass.
Yep. Yep.
After they have very loyal followers.
And have you? Speaking of German bands and whatnot, yes, there is a guy, and I cannot pronounce his last name. I would murder it if I even attempted.
Best you don't try.
Leo is his first name. He's a big YouTuber. Marshall Smee something or other, and he does all cover songs. Like
Oh, cool.
he does every song you could possibly think of and turns it into a hard rock. And it's
Interesting.
crazy. Like he'll take a Sesame Street song and just totally rock it out. It's crazy. And he can play every instrument there is out there. He can play.
Hello, Chuck. He said 80s music was all about sex and having fun. At least the stuff I listened to.
Yes.
Hair bands. That's all the hair bands were about.
Frog Loop Studios. Yep. Leo. Yep. See. Yep. That's it. Moritz. Yep.
Hello,
Like the hair bands. But I modern alternative and then grunge. A bit of grunge.
Nirvana. Man, I miss them.
I bet that since somewhere between 2005 and 2010, I hear like one song a year I like, of something new. And it's like, I know it's a combination of me getting old and music getting worse. I even watched a video about that, yes, music does suck today. And it explained why, and it was interesting.
My daughter finds some pretty good songs. She listens to some she's got a wider range of music, but she's got a few songs probably a couple times a week that she'll be like, hey mom, you got to listen to this. I think you're going to like it. And then I am addicted to that song every time. So I'm like, no, I don't want to hear no more music, no more new music, because I got to process the old stuff first. Give me
I haven't gotten past the old stuff. No, I K-pop, I will not get on my rant about the evils of that noise. So awful.
Boondock, yeah.
And but okay, this has nothing to do with music you hear, radio bands and such, but just as far as singing in general, and the reason it came to mind is on Christmas my daughter-in-law was teasing me about that she was gonna find a children's choir singing Christmas music. I'm like, are you trying to kill me? And she was just laughing. And because if anyone's ever been to a Mormon funeral, for an old person especially, they march all the grandkids up to the podium there and have them sing, and it is so awful. And so whenever it happens, I'm just
I've never been to a Mormon.
Patience. Yes, children singing at funerals. There should be a law against that. The funeral is hard enough.
I think I'm breaking up real bad on my internet side, or for some reason.
We hear you.
Okay. I keep losing keep losing like you guys. Like,
Are we
losing
cutting
nothing.
in and out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it is approaching 10,
Yep.
and
I'm
I
just,
forgot to bring my water in here, so I'm thirsty.
yeah, I'm just dropping. Okay, so Tom McDonald, he
Love him. Love him.
he is phenomenal. He produces his own music. He's on YouTube. He makes his own movies or his music videos. He sings them. Him and his girlfriend. It's a 2-person team. He is phenomenal. His words or his language may not be for everybody, but let me tell you, some of the stuff that he sings, it's so damn personal. It makes you
Sing
tear up.
into your soul.
It does. It really does. And there's another one, Minus, I think is how you say it, because Tommy and I actually were listening to him. It's called Free Pression. Okay. And this song here that I'm putting the link to in here, is a very powerful, touching, and like grabs you. It was like, oh, there's hope. Thank you, God. Now I did play.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm horrible with trying to say names, but let me tell you, the first day that I heard it, I came on here and I shared. But I want people, if you have some time, go check either one of those 2 people out, because they're very powerful. If you let music help you to overcome anything, these songs will give you power. These songs will make you feel what they went through and how they overcame it, and like you feel every ounce of their words. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But we are gonna go. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Paper Plate, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you everybody who joined us on the panel, who joined us in the chat. Much love. We will see you next Monday. We'll see you next year. Ha ha ha. It's going to be next year soon. And so I appreciate everybody. If you need anything, hit one of us up. My email is down below. And if you need to get a hold of somebody that was on the panel, please message me and I will get a hold of them to relay the message and get the information together.
Don't email me. I never check it.
I know how to get a hold of you, Heather. We only hang out a couple times a week, I'm telling you.
Yep.
And again, have a beautiful rest of your week. Remember, you are strong, you are worth it, you are loved, and you have a place to go if you need it. With that, Happy New Year, everybody. I might pop in and do a short New Year's live. I'm not sure. It depends on what we're personally doing. So with that, I hope to see you guys again sometime soon this week. Until next year, see you later.